Rocky Turf Talk is proudly brought to you by Cocoa Brew.
Hello punters and welcome to the Cocoa Brew Rocky Turf Talk for Callaghan Park Racing Thursday, January 19. Racing Queensland have got two of the best in the business when it comes to educating our apprentice jockeys. I refer to Jeff McKay and Shane Scriven. They each had successful careers in the saddle and it was an absolute honour to catch up with both of them earlier today. Starting with you, Jeff, how long have you been with Racing Queensland and your role exactly?
Yeah, about 4 years, Russell, almost 4 years, and I'm a racing industry educator. That's my title, and my role is to educate and teach the apprentices, track riders and stable hands about the industry and get them through their modules.
Shane, I'm led to believe you've been with Racing Queensland a little bit longer. Your title?
My title is Senior Coach, and yeah, I've been there a fair bit now, well over 10 years.
Jeff is working in Central Queensland with our young apprentices at the moment.
Yeah, we did a McKay apprentice tour yesterday. We were going to do all of Central Queensland, but unfortunately the weather gods weren't kind to us, so we didn't want the apprentices all driving into McKay, so we just did the McKay-based apprentices instead of having them drive in there. We have now come down to Rocky so we can do the rest of the apprentices in Central Queensland here in the Rockhampton Jockey Club tomorrow.
Shane, I did some work with Racing Queensland and you guys last September doing some media training, and I thought the young apprentices handled the role plays very well.
It's an important part of their education now, of being able to sell themselves and speak about exactly what just transpired, and predominantly in a race. It's when the microphone or the camera gets shoved in their face, and it can be daunting to a young person that hasn't had that before. So we try and reenact that, replay it, remould it, so that put them through those situations. Got to give you a rap, Russell. You were excellent at doing it. I think we've seen the improvement, especially in the kids up here. So it's just part of the course that we try and elaborate on.
It's well documented, Jeff, that a lot of our apprentices coming through the system are from the fair agenda.
Yeah, not only the apprentice jockeys, Russell, it's also across the industry as a whole, stable hands and track riders. We're finding about 86%, and it's growing all the time, are female, which is, it's a wonderful sport because it really is a sport that males and females can do in an equal way. Probably, I think, the course of the male, the reason scarcity is probably because of diet. We seem to be feeding young people a lot better nowadays. They're not doing as much exercise. The girls tend to fall in love with the horses and stay that way for life as well. And I often say to them, you've got to get out of bed to do something. You might as well get out of bed to do something you love. And these girls definitely love the horses.
You're both very successful jockeys in your own right, and you both come through the same system. You're apprenticed to a pretty old hard taskmaster in Tommy Dawson.
He was tough, boss. And we were apprenticed together. Jeff was my senior, so he'd been there a little bit longer. We worked long hours, did all sorts of jobs, not just within the stables, but around the house, all that sort of stuff. Got paid pretty ordinary money. Strangely enough, we still loved it. A lot of that sort of changed now, and probably for the better. I think the way they've remodelled the apprentice system is certainly an improvement. A little bit improvement can be done further yet, but no, it's not what it used to be. But a great apprenticeship, if you can get involved in it, the success you can have and the money to be made, I don't think there's anything better.
The system we've got in place here in Queensland, how does that compare to other states here in Australia?
Oh, definitely the best, Russell. Yeah, I believe so. We probably the gold standard for a long time has been Victoria to an extent because they can cherry pick the amount of numbers that they have. In Queensland we can't necessarily do that because we have such a vast racing empire in Queensland, and a lot of out west, they can't get jockeys and they can't get track riders and can't get stable hands. We actually have to accept anyone we can onto our books, and that's a good thing because it means that everyone has a chance to have a career in racing. So we're taking on vast numbers, we're getting them through their courses, and we're making sure that they're well trained, and as Shane's explained a few times, the welfare of the animal, they love the animal. If they love the animal, we're going to have a job and a role for them.
In closing, Shane, what does a young person have to do to get involved with the sport of kings here in the Sunshine State?
Yeah, well, just get in touch with Racing Queensland. Email address is training@racingqueensland.com.au. If you happen to know anyone in the industry, they would know how to contact us. But yeah, give us a ring, we can get you signed up.
We thank you dearly what you're doing for our younger generation with racing here in Queensland, and thanks for joining us on RTT today.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Russell.
Russell.
Cheers.
Hi, this is John Tapp, and when you're in Rockhampton for the races, Cocoa Brew is your one-stop shop. With a wide range of craft beers and cocktails, the restaurant has a succulent menu and the best steaks in town. The boardroom and whiskey lounge will cater for your private function. Accommodation, they've got you covered with boutique apartments on site at a 4.5-star rating. And for coffee and food on the run, head straight to Cocoa Brew Express. When next in town, let the crew from Cocoa Brew look after you.
Selections race 1, the Great Northern 2-year-old handicap over 1100 metres. Hero like the toppy, I'm Pinker. Well, she's 1 for 1, this girl. She looked good in winning a recent Callaghan Park barrier trial, and I do think she'll make it 2 from 2, and Justin Stanley does the riding for the Clinton Taylor stable. Danger number 2, Karakaroo, third best 3, Dragon Snip, 1, 2, 3, numbers race 1. Then to race 2, the Cap Yearling Sale Class 3 plate over 1100 metres. I like the 2 here, Chameleon Choice, flying this fellow. He's won his past 3 straight. Do you think he'll make it 4 straight and put the picket fence next to his name, and Wiggins reunites with the Walsh Yard? Second selection, the stablemate number 6, High Ground. Third selection, 5, Siberian Route, 265, numbers race 2. Then to the third, the DLB Finance Maiden Plate over 1100 metres. I like the 8 here, Shut It Down, a former Victorian who trialled very well here at Rockhampton recently. Thought it would win and give Wiggins and Walsh a race-to-race double. Danger number 3, Royal Tonic, third best 4, Tokawakan, 834, numbers race 3. Then to race 4, the LJ Hooker Rockhampton 3-year-old handicap over 1,050 metres. Like the last start winner here, number 1, Executive Stress. I do think it'll make it 2 on the bounce, and Wiggins reunites with the Coombe Yard. Second selection, number 5, Sweet Gina. Third selection, 2, Tequila Dancer, 152, numbers race 4. Then to race 5, this is the Australia Day Country on Kershaw benchmark 70 handicap over 1,500 metres. Hero like the 4, Cotter Baru. She said the 1 run back from a break the other day when running second. I thought she'd go 1 better here, and Whiteley and Green combine. Danger number 1, Abiding Fury. Third best 3, Rappaport, 413, numbers race 5. Then to race 6, this starts the quaddie. Renew your 2023 RJC membership class 4 handicap over 1,300 metres. Like the 3 here, Milo Man. He's also won his last 3 straight. I do think he'll make it 4 straight and give Wiggins and Walsh a treble on the day. Second selection, number 2, Sidearm. Third selection, 5, Edification, 325, numbers race 6. Then to race 7, the Tab Open handicap over 1,100 metres. Like the 1 here, a Mountie Bay. Said the 1 run back from a break to prep up for this. That was running third in McKay the other day. I thought it'd be hard to hold here, and Stanley does the riding for the Cairns Yard. Danger number 7, I Promise You. Third best 2, Plenty, 172, numbers race 7. Then to race 8, Save the Date, St Patrick's Day, 18th of March, ratings band 0 to 55 handicap over 1,500 metres. Like the visitor from the Sunshine Coast here, number 6, She's a Firecracker. I think it's been racing in Superior Company at Wadex Exposed to on Thursday. I do think it'll be winning, and Justin Stanley does the riding for the Liam Birchley stable. Second selection, number 3, Palace House. Third selection, 10, Heroic Angel, 6-3-10, numbers race 8. Then to the closer, race 9, New Look at Callaghan Park, coming soon, ratings band 0 to 55 handicap over 1,200 metres. Like the 7 here, Falsetto. She was a winner here at Callaghan Park 2 back. I do think she'll return to the winner's stall here, and Stanley reunites with the Taylor stable. Danger number 8, La Pem de Forday. Third best 6, Rocketing to Win, 786, numbers race 9. Best bet on the program comes up in race 3, horse 8, Shut It Down. Good luck, good punting, and I'll catch you at the track on Thursday.
Rocky Turf Talk is proudly brought to you by Cocoa Brew.